got all all the chatting done that took up like a whole 20 minutes. It's finally time to get started with some Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. In today's session, we will be playing. We're just picking up from some exploration that we were doing last time. It has been a few weeks since we played, but we are through with the Wind Temple, and it looks like we've actually finished up with 4 shrines. So we could redeem for a little bit more benefit here. But yeah, this is our session 8, and today we're just going to be mostly wandering around and exploring stuff. Hi, Twitch and YouTube, as Scorns always says. All right, I got the 8-bit link as requested for Arctic. And just a reminder to you guys that you guys are all welcome to redeem amiibos. They are only 50 channel points in the channel point redemption, so feel free to provide as many or as little of those as you'd like. Let's see, this only is giving us a nice broadsword and arrows. I'll take the arrows. Now, I think last time we were either heading towards Hateno or Kakariko, but it's been a while since we played. I love the rolling. It looks like a Bulbasaur at the very least. Rolling Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur using rollout. Love Alice Madness Returns. Need to finish it on PC for the first time. Kyo was actually saying that the experience that she'd had with the PC was buggy and it wasn't working as well as it did on PlayStation 3. So I thought that was interesting, but yeah, I remember she gave it up because she was having problems with it. So, Scorns, thank you so much for posting the Discord link as well for me. I appreciate it. All right, so Melar, you just finished up your last stream today. You're gonna be on paternity leave and away from Twitch. That's all very exciting. I have to wonder though if I have heard or not. When you're coming back, what game were you planning on replacing your Tears of the Kingdom playthrough with? Hey Moxie, how's it going? Welcome in. Welcome back to us. How you doing, Moxie? My friend and I got separated. Or across the river. Sending up a smoke signal, blah, blah, blah. I need to reach my friend. Okay, we should make a raft. But part of me just wants to strap a rocket to your ass and send you across the river. Got the hydrate and the posture check. We can do that. Won't be fully away from Twitch. I'll still be watching, just not as much for a bit. That's fair. Yeah. I mean, it's as good a time as any to just kind of pull somebody else up and hang out, right? But I was just wanting to know what your streaming plans were for your return. What's replacing Tears of the Kingdom? She goes back to it. I can help her get the DLC dresses for free. You can no longer get them normally, but if you have all the download content already installed, it is locked. I see. That would be entirely up to Kyo. But, I mean, we do share a PC, so if she wants it, then I'll be the one that ultimately is in charge of putting it on, but I will definitely run that past her. Do I have a rocket? I don't want to deal with this shit. I do. We're just gonna take one of these out. And let's be honest. How many of us Tears of the Kingdom players take full advantage of the fact that you can just rocket these guys wherever you want them to go? Let's be honest. Hey! Oh, he's gonna fall in the water. Oh, shit. Okay, we got this. We're okay. There you go. We're all safe and sound. Next big project is Persona 5 Royal. My voice acting all the bits that aren't already voice acted, but between the big project games, I want to do some smaller games in between. The plan is Outer Wilds, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and Heartbound. I've never heard of Heartbound. I think I have Outer Wilds, but was that one? I think Sukonami was playing Outer Wilds not that long ago, or I should say a few months back. But yeah, put a rocket to Link and fire it. Fire his butt across. Yes. I usually just leave them there, to be honest. Boring mechanic, in my opinion. I'll do one or two for the free upgrades. Yeah, if it's not too far out of the way, then I usually just take care of it. But if it's going to be a hassle, then I'm just like, nah. Oh, hey, look at that. We got 3 rockets back for that. So, you know, a little return for our efforts. Heartbound is an indie created by a bloke with amazing hair who used to work for Blizzard. Well, it's not hard to imagine why he no longer works for Blizzard. But Melar, it kind of isn't hard for you to make comparisons about people with wonderful hair when you've got so little of it yourself. Grow the hair, my friend. Grow it. Yeah, I'm not having any of that. Let's see if I can remember how to play this damn game. Can you convince my wife it's a good idea? I'll do it. Great. Just put me on the line with her, will you? Contemplated myself doing voice acting just for experimentation purposes, since I can do a handy amount of impersonations myself. That would be really cool. I do a little bit of voice acting, and I feel like I'm okay at it. I don't think I'm phenomenal, but I think that I'm getting okay at impersonations and a little bit of voice acting as a result of the time that I spend doing anything on stream where I try to add any kind of inflection or anything like that with characters, or just try to read things a little bit better. And so we've got that, and we've got D&D, which generally means role-playing, or as the DM, I role-play a lot of the NPCs, which means that I'm in charge of any and all voice acting to be done for those characters. But yeah, Scorns, I'd love to see that. So we got another shrine out here. I think we're going to check that out. Speaking of hair, if I lose all my top hair, going full beard, it's going to be Viking style. I love it. Definitely do Viking style beard. I'd probably grow a beard if I could, but it's not really in my genetics. My brother got all the genes. He's got a pretty impressive beard, but it definitely doesn't have the hair I've got. There was pretty clear indication that that my brother was going to be a hairy guy when he grew up, though. For anyone who doesn't know, Drill Sergeant, he's my younger brother of about 8 years, so I pretty much remember all of his childhood, sometimes almost better than he does. And yeah, I remember it was always pretty evident that that Drill was a much hairier person than I am. So it came as no surprise that after he was 16, the whole beard came in, and I was just like, all right, this is all I can do, and that's gonna just be what it is. Perfectly fine. Went full hype mode when Elden Ring expansion dropped. I said, Sarge, gonna be changing pants real soon for the, yeah, the thing about Elden Ring is that it actually does really strike me a lot on the same level that Dungeons and Dragons does. I love the gritty challenge behind exploration, the need to know what's behind every corner, the challenging dungeons. I just love Elden Ring. Love Elden Ring. Has only been your younger brother for 8 years? Said there's an 8-year difference between us. Can't grow facial hair either. That's alright, we're just in the same boat together. Yeah, for a minute, Melar had a pretty good amount of facial hair coming in. That was interesting. I was almost sad to see it go. It was looking pretty good on you. Johnsal Shrine. Did the scariest thing. I added Weeping Angels to Fallout 4, Skyrim, and Resident Evil 4. Worst mistake ever. You know what'd be really cool is if you could get those games all connected to each other so that the Weeping Angels, if they caught up to you, would put you in one of the other games. That would be epic. Deep Force. Let's see if this one... Let's see if I can recall this one at all. I think this is the one that you can use... Yeah, flotation devices. That would be meta. It would be so meta. Deep Force? Joke redacted. Wow. Fallout 4, Skyrim, or the scariest because I have another mod that makes it darker. They can quickly approach you. That would be pretty terrifying. I mean, Weeping Angels in concept, even just watching the show, they're pretty gnarly. How many people in chat have no idea what a Weeping Angel even is? I'm kind of curious to know if there are very many people in here who just have no idea what a Weeping Angel is. Because I feel like Doctor Who is one of those things that some people are... You're either like really, really into it, or you have no idea what it is, I feel like. Need to put Fallout and Skyrim Fortnite mimic cheats. Mimic cheats or mimic chests? I'm trying to determine what that was supposed to say. The Weeping Angels send you to the past, right? Well, it's not necessarily the past. They can send you to any point in time, and any location as well. They can transport you to the future. Can have Weeping Angels in Fallout 4, but when they catch you, send you to Skyrim. Treasure chest. Oh, okay. Mimics. Gotcha. I recall doing this shrine, but I'm trying to remember how. I'm having a hard time believing that this game is already, like... Whoa! It's already almost a year old. This is going to be hilarious. Oh, damn. Oh. That was awesome. Totally not what I was going for, but totally worked. Like some cheese. Would you like some cheese with that, sir? I think we had enough cheese, but hey, who am I to turn down some more cheese? Let's take all the cheese here. I would like to note that would be an epic clip, by the way. Sister is always like, OMG, have you seen who the new doctor is? I'm in between. I used to be really into it. I could not give less of a shit anymore. That kind of explains a little bit of where I'm at as well. When Kyo and I were first dating, we watched like all of what was available from Christopher Eccleston, something. Christopher, the Ninth Doctor. We watched all the way from his debut to where it was at with Matt Smith, and then we stopped just at the 12th Doctor, and we've never gone back to it. Never gone back to it since. Also where you hopped off. That's awesome. I mean, it's a little unfortunate for Doctor Who, but... Enter the link tricks. Thank you for clipping that. I will make sure that that one goes in the clip reel, because that was awesome. Watched the first season of Matt Smith. I was done at that point. Okay. David Tennant made a really good Doctor. I was very hesitant on how I felt about Matt Smith when he debuted, but I actually found that I really enjoyed watching Matt Smith as the Doctor. I didn't think I was going to at first, but definitely grew on me. But I don't remember where the show was even going by the point we'd stopped watching it. I think that there was supposed to be some kind of a movie collaboration between the Matt Smith and David Tennant, and I don't think we ever did get to watch that movie. I seem to recall watching that Christmas 2013 while I was at work, Christmas Day. Yeah, that's right. I had to work the first Christmas that Kyo and I were married. It was kind of awful. Yeah, I had to work half the shift, but I remember seeing they'd put it up on the screens for us, and not that we could watch it because everybody was too busy calling in, needing tech support for their new Google devices. So I remember seeing part of it, but I didn't catch really what was going on in any of it, and therefore I have no idea. And I don't remember where we left off, and now it's been a decade, so it's just whatever. Claiming some more stamina vessels. This should help with the exploration process a little bit, I think. Suppose we probably do want to try and press out towards Hateno. That seems like a good place to be at. Got the ruffles, the cheddar ruffles. My son ate half of my can of Pringles yesterday, and at first I was just mildly upset, but then I noticed that most of the crumbs were landing all on the floor, and he was just sitting in like a good few chips worth, and I was just like, dude, You gotta, like, slow down and actually eat the chip if you're gonna eat my potato chips. I love the little guy, but sometimes a little oblivious. Thanks for your help earlier. I'm putting President Hudson here, too. Can't stand here forever. I've got so many more signs to spread around. You know, I can't look at this guy the same anymore. And Mellar probably would know why. I saw a bad thing. I mean, it was glorious, but it was also bad. And ever since I have seen that, I can't unsee it. Anytime I see this guy. It was a good thing. There we go. That ought to do it. I think there was a rider change around that time. We both jumped off. That had a lot to do with it. Apparently, good old rider is back now. Thing is, I'm already out. I'm not going back in. You'd almost have to completely reinvest and pick up from where you'd left off, right? Sus. Very sus. It is not anything that I'm willing to share on my channel. Oh, damn it. Really? That didn't work? That totally should have worked. F that, yeah. And that's just kind of the thing about Doctor Who, is that you really do have to kind of be all in. Otherwise, there's some pieces of it that just do not make any sense. Okay, we need something else. We need to do something else here. Don't. Oh, damn. Okay. Okay. Well, maybe if we go, like, here? I am perfectly aware we're making some sus boulder shapes here, too, but gotta do what you gotta do, right? Okay. Shouldn't fall over this time, I don't think. Damn it. Oh, I think that's still set on the counter for Spyro. We should fix that. That doesn't count as a death either. It's only a death in Zelda if it says game over. There we go. All better. Okay. You know what? I'm about ready to just strap a damn rocket to it and send it out. Send it to outer space. Bunch of baby ducks. Send it to the moon. Soda machine that doesn't work. Send it to the moon. Probably need this one for stability, don't we? Oh, cool. That actually works. Don't ask me why that works, but it works. We're not going to question it. We're just going to take it. Oh, I didn't realize that he actually fastens it as crooked as it is when when all is said and done. That's hilarious. There's a TV show, black and white. The famous quote from the husband is, "I'm going to send you to the moon." I did not know about that. So we need to go... See, this is going to be Death Mountain. This is going to be Zora's Domain, which means that the Hateno region is going to be down this way. We should probably start from here and just start flying east, I think. Yeah, unfortunately, I feel like the Avengers has kind of fallen into the same category as Doctor Who for me. I was really, really enjoying the Avengers up through Endgame. Once Endgame was done, I was just kind of like, okay, now it's over, right? And they've just kept going with it. And honestly, I just cannot be bothered. Because at this point, I almost feel like I'd have to re-watch Endgame, but one cannot just watch Endgame, one needs to watch everything else as well, right? Get a full story recap, and I'm just like, yeah, that's a lot of work. That is a lot of work. Suppose we could check out some of these ruins while we're up here. Sometimes I'm still trying to determine how I really feel about traveling around in the sky. There are parts of it that feel very exciting and very cool, and yet at the same time, there's also parts of it that I'm just kind of like not entirely sure that I love it that much, you know? And there are some of these puzzles that I remember from my last playthrough, and I'm just trying to remember how they work. Okay, I think I get this one. Weeping Angels in Dead by Daylight, that would actually be pretty terrifying as well. Personally, I've never really played Dead by Daylight. I know a few people who really love it, but um, if I'm honest, I actually have some trouble with cooperative experiences sometimes. Um, I get overly competitive sometimes, and that competition makes me very irritated when I don't win, which means that playing with other people who are also just as competitive wants to win grinds my gears in a way that is difficult for me to want to participate in. I don't know. I don't know if that's really just a me thing or if it's others, but you know, for that reason, single player games are often my best friend. I make an exception for things that are cooperative, which I am aware that some Dead by Daylight is when you're playing as the survivors, but I also don't know too many people that I would want to hit up to play with, you know? My brother, on the other hand, he loves anything and everything that's cooperative or PvP. He's also a beast when it comes to gaming. I think I'm going to leave this as much in the center as I possibly can, just so that I don't accidentally send it flying. He doesn't want PvP in his game because he doesn't want to have to deal with the toxicity that comes with it. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of toxicity in multiplayer experiences, and that has a lot to do with my aggravation when I don't win. Other people that like to rub it in your face is just kind of like, okay, don't love that. Really don't love that. Like, I already know that I lost. I'm already, like, kind of agitated about the fact that I didn't win this match. And you taking the opportunity to shove that in my face and neener at me is not helpful. Yeah, not in the least. Just canceled upcoming Marvel Spider-Man multiplayer game. It's 4 hours ago. If it was going to be a multiplayer, I probably wasn't going to play it anyway, so that's probably okay. I prefer single-player games because PvP always has that toxic vibe nowadays. A lot of people are cheating, hacking, not liking, like the good old days when you cut it. So, and that's a whole nother layer of just kind of selfishness to it. Is, you know, you aren't good enough to win on your own merit, so you're going to make it so that nobody can beat you just because you're smarter than everybody and can run a cheat. You know, if you can modify the game files that make it so that you can't take any damage, therefore ensuring your victory, kind of defeats the entire purpose. You know, all you're doing is saying, I'm smart enough to make the game unfun for everybody else, and it's like, that kind of destroys the entire purpose of a multiplayer game. You know, a multiplayer experience is, yeah, in part to challenge you versus other players and see, you know, who's made the best player win. But when you're not the best player, or you didn't have the best strategy or the best outcome, you didn't have a particularly good run, you know, making it so that everybody else just has to put up with the fact that you know how to cheat is just, it is selfish. Multiplayer games now is just selfishness and greed to the point. You've played a game you're experienced in, people will victimize you, and the toxicity truly shows. That's why I never concentrate on being a competitor online unless it had purpose. Yeah, I'm a lot that same way. So, you know, there's a lot of things out there. A lot of people really love Apex Legends. A lot of people really love Valorant and Fortnite. And for me, it's just you know what? I've played some with some people who wanted to, and I had fun for the sake of playing with my friends, and that's about it. Cooperative experiences are a yes for me. I love cooperative experiences. Thought we had fun in Elden Ring doing multi. Well, that's different. That's a co-op experience. I really do enjoy playing Elden Ring as co-op. So Elden Ring co-op is a lot of fun because it's us versus the computers. We're trying to topple challenges together. Now, more specifically, I'm mostly talking just about the PvP aspect, player versus player. I don't like toxic players. I don't like to play against other players. Elden Ring has a Coliseum and plenty of options that allow you to play against other players. I have never done PvP in Elden Ring. Not once. Co-op PvE, yes. I'll only do occasional PvP, only in very specific games like War Thunder, Dead by Daylight, World of Warships, and that's it, and Uno. They had PvP in it when people would come into your game and try to own you. I mean, yeah, sometimes you get invaded and stuff, and that's I don't love being invaded, and I didn't take the chance out to try and invade other players either. I mostly kept to myself as much as I possibly could. Getting invaded is easier to... it's easier to avoid those invasions in Elden Ring than it was in the Dark Souls series. Dark Souls and Demon Souls. Yeah, not as easy to avoid getting invaded in those. Kind of wish there was PvE mode for Dark Souls. I have a lot of friends I want to play it. They don't want to because of very toxic PvP players. I mean, in a co-op experience, it's... For Dark Souls is really not too bad. The annoying thing with Dark Souls is that it punishes you further for dying than it does for something like Elden Ring. So in Dark Souls, you have... So, really the case with any of the Souls games that you guys have ever seen or are familiar with, the general formula for it is that if you die, you drop your experience points, and you have to retrace your ground to where you died in order to reclaim your experience points. If you die again before you get to where you dropped your experience points, then the experience points are lost, and you don't get them. This is the case for all of the games. But further than that, when it comes to Dark Souls, you can lose your humanity. And being human has its slight perks, such as being able to summon in individuals to assist you. Have we done this one? I think we've done this one already. Oh yeah, we've done this one already. Oh, we're completely going the wrong way. Damn it. Yeah, so you want to have your points of humanity, but if you die, you lose all of your... You not only just become a husk again, or lose the humanity, you also lose all of your points towards your humanity, which means essentially losing any amount of buff that you had beforehand as well. I liked that Elden Ring only had the loss of the experience points, and you just have to go get them again. It's not that difficult, comparatively. Say experience points again. There you go. XP. Demon Souls was even worse because you'd lose your human form, and you'd lose like half of your hit points too. There was a item that you'd pick up that would negate that, so that you'd only lose about half of half. So you'd only lose a quarter of your total health, but If you were in your human form, you'd gain all of your hit points back, but then you could be invaded. As long as you were not in your human form, you can't be invaded. So it's like there is a way that you can play the game single player, but you do have to put up with that mechanic a little bit, and that is kind of a little unfortunate. Now you could avoid it altogether and just play offline mode, and then you only run into scripted invasions, because there are a handful of invasions that are scripted through the NPCs, and the NPCs will come in and take a swing at you. Ooh. Thanks for posting the link again to the Discord server. Appreciate it. Nope. Green and I had a pretty good time messing with people who invaded. I didn't get invaded, like, hardly at all. If I'm being honest. It just didn't happen. I think that you can get invaded more often if... I think that when you invite cooperators into your world, it lets people invade you. I think that was how that mechanic works. But ultimately, I did not really run into too much of that myself because I played Elden Ring pretty much almost entirely on my own. I only needed to summon cooperators to help me with the Malenia fight. I just could not do that one on my own. Alright, try it again. Unforgivable. How is that unforgivable? We mounted one that was in worse of a state. Yeah, only invade in co-op. I mean, you can also invite them in, but I never did. All right. Still. Had fun on that fight, the Malenia fight. Yeah, that was something. We did get everybody taken care of on that, I think, right? I think we got everybody all squared away when we were working on that one cooperatively. Put on my logs down there, sir. I want to talk about unforgivable. There we go. There we go. Saw the Elden Ring board game got delayed until end of this year, early 2025. Yep, I shared that update in my server under the tabletop gaming channel because I actually backed that kit. I'm getting the game myself. I backed that. I'm trying to remember how long ago it was. I know it was last year. It was supposed to release along with my birthday this year, but that's unfortunately just not going to be the case. But you know, it seems pretty common that most Kickstarters do not fulfill on time, as usually the way of things. However, the company did provide a pretty solid update about where they're at with it, and it is actually undergoing its current final stages. They're just trying to work out some of the kinks that they're having with the rulebook. So the progress that I have, or that I'm hearing about it, is encouraging, and I'm definitely eager to get my hands on it. I'm planning on playing that with Kyo and Steel when it releases, since it's a 3-player game. I'm mostly just interested in seeing how like the system is all going to work, since it doesn't use any dice or anything like that. It's entirely resource management. All 3 of us got that plat? Sweet. I guess that means that we're all going to have to go back in when that DLC drops then, huh? Were you planning on picking up the DLC for it? Scorn's over here. Scorn's still waiting to play it. I don't know what you're waiting for. It's a phenomenal experience. Tekken 8 came to the forefront, that's why. Yeah, I suppose that's fair. Man, we're just gonna stay here doing this all day. Boop. I've been booped, and thus began the Boop War. Rar, what are you up to this evening? What have you been working on lately? What's been good in your life? Perfect. Celebrated Momo's birthday on Catterday. Other than that, it's a rough week with early shifts. Oh, that's no fun. Yeah, I mean, I guess it has been a little bit of a rough week with the time change and everything as well. I mean, some people thankfully live in places where that's no longer a thing, or not a thing. But I, for one, have to put up with the time change. And 5:30 is early before time change. 5:30 is even earlier. It's rough to get up. That especially the first week after a time change. We were just getting used to seeing the sun before getting to work too. That's really the unfortunate thing to me, is that it was just getting to a point where there was some sunlight as we were making it to the work building, and that is no longer the case. Figuring that they're releasing September for Tekken 8 statue. Pre-orders go up in 1 month's time, so I'm really hoping snag it before retailers decide to jump the price increase. Yeah, it can be so hard to pick up on collector's items. Well, and you gotta compete with scalpers too, which that's never fun. Not sure if I'm gonna get the Elden Ring DLC. Pretty sure green is. I know I will. I'm actually not entirely sure what my year of gaming looks like in its entirety at the moment. I've really been enjoying playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and that's taken up a lot of my free time. There's that plus Dungeons and Dragons that we've been trying to finish up our game. This campaign that's been going for 4 years now. So trying to finish that up. These two things are pretty much what's currently at the forefront of my mind with gaming. There's also there's a crazy ton of shows coming to Utah as well. My buddy Pat's Fan and I are on our way to go and see Amon Amarth with Cannibal Corpse. We got put on the guest list. He works for a pest control company, and one of his customers happens to be upper management at the complex down in Salt Lake City. And they basically informed him that if there's ever a show that he would like to go and see, just to let them know, and we can get put on the guest list. So, and just in time too, because tons of bands that we enjoy listening to are on their way. We're going to be seeing at a different venue. We're going to be seeing Insomnium with Omnium Gatherum, some melodic death metal. Oh, we've arrived in Hateno. That completely snuck up on me. So yeah, that's going to be in the Metro Music Hall, literally the Saturday before Cannibal Corpse and Amon Amarth. So, and we're skipping Upon a Burning Body with the Browning. As much as I would love to see the Browning play live, sacrifices had to be made. It's already an in-baked and rather excellent punishment for scalpers, though it is a teeny-weeny bit extreme. Oh, I haven't really heard much on that front. Still upset I couldn't make it to that show, regretfully. Oh, the Mental Cruelty and Of Sulfur show. That was really good. I shared some videos of the last show that we went to in the Discord server under the... Oh, scalping. Gotcha. I'm following now. Scalping. Yeah, that would be pretty brutal punishment. So yeah, I shared some video and some pictures for the last show that we went to in the Discord server under the Pictures channel. And I gotta say, Mental Cruelty, I would really love to see them play in a much larger venue. The turnout for that show was really excellent. I got to meet the vocalist for Mental Cruelty, Lucas Nikolai, and he was such a cool dude. It was really cool. Still upset I couldn't make it to that show, regret. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I totally get that. It's midnight. I must leave before my chariot turns into a pumpkin. Fare thee well, sweet Harry man. Oh, the sweet Harry is just on the top here. Have a good night, Melar. Thanks so much for dropping in. I will chat with you through the week, I am sure. The day they come back, I'm hoping they'll play a longer set. The only complaint that I have about Mental Cruelty was that their lead guitarist surprisingly didn't play some of the solos that I was looking forward to hearing played live. That kind of surprised me a bit. They played Ultima Hypocrita, and it didn't have the ending that it's supposed to have, and that kind of upset me just a smidge. There were a couple other songs that I noticed they didn't do everything that they did for the album. some things sounded a little bit different, and I was just like, okay, well, there are some factors involved when playing live music that obviously, if you're multi-layering some songs in recording, there's only so much you can do when you've got two guitars, and if the track actually had like 3 or 4 going on all at once, yeah, not much you can do there. But still, not hearing solos in songs was just kind of like that kind of not fun. I've been booped. Have I? No, I have not been booped. Melar booped Rar. Rar booped Melar. There's the war. All I wanted to hear, Hilda die upon live and Mortal Shells. I didn't think they were going to do Mortal Shells live, but that one was actually pretty sick. And I did upload that one, so pretty sure I uploaded Mortal Shells for your convenience if you so wish to listen to it. Alright, let's see what's going on here. As I've said multiple times now, I can't admit 3 customers at present. What do you mean? We took the trouble of coming here, and now you're saying we can't get in? But I wanted to see Cece's new stuff. It's not every day a mega famous fashion designer debuts new material. Yeah, everything I heard said this was some of Cece's best work. I'm so sorry, but we only have 1 entry ticket remaining. 1 ticket? So you're saying 1 person could go in? Hey, come on now. We can't let just one of us get a head start. Sure, I know that. It was just a joke. Oh well, maybe if we come back later, they'll have room for all of us. Yeah, it's not like this is the only clothing place in the village. What do you say we kill some time at the dye shop? Ooh, or we could check out the pasture. Speaking of which, I've heard that a little ways up the road from the pasture is a laboratory specializing in ancient stuff. Since we got all dolled up, we may as well hit the town and see it all. Thank goodness they gave up. Oh my, I'm sorry to keep you waiting. Are you also a tourist who's come to see my sister's, the new line of Cece's products? As long as it's just you, you're free to go into the shop. Cece herself is in there right now, in fact. Nothing you'll see is for sale. It's only an exhibition right now. Sorry to disappoint. If I'm stable enough, I might attend this convention this summer. Gonna have cast members from Devil May Cry do a VIP meet and greet. That would be dope. That would be very dope. Another practically perfect masterpiece. It's an exemplar of the form of every angle. This is the sort of thing on which I've built my name and reputation as world-renowned Cece. Oh, pardon me. Are you an admirer here to meet the incomparable Cece? I must say, you don't seem to show any sort of interest in fashion. You're right. Welcome to Ventist Clothing, the only boutique in the world which carries the Cece brand. And if you weren't aware, you stand before the very woman who changed this fusty old village into the birthplace of nouveau fashion. As proof, I present to you this. The Cece hat, the newest and most magnificent work by yours truly, Cece. Do you see that luxurious curve? Do you note my avant-garde color palette? I think, wouldn't you call a pinnacle of perfection? This piece is so special that I dare not assign a price to it. It's not for sale. I shall only part with it when I find someone truly worthy of owning it. Only the most impressive fashionista in Hyrule's trendiest village is worthy of such a crown. What's all this about Hyrule's trendiest village? I don't remember approving any new slogans for Hateno. Ah, look who's here. What can I do for you, oh esteemed Mayor Reed? I'm really sorry. I tried to stop him from coming in like you asked, but he wouldn't take no for an answer. Cece, you have got to quit littering the village with your weird art pieces. Maybe you don't realize, but plants need their sleep, too. Those eyesores are so bright at night that they're keeping the veggies awake, and it's a real problem for the crops. Hateno's foundation is its produce. What are we going to do if it fails? Now, dear, there's no need to get so worked up. I think some of the people here actually like her art, you know. Wouldn't it be better to hear her out? Sorry, guys, I'm not really doing too much in voice acting at the moment, so apologize for that. Don't fall for her line of twaddle. She's got everyone in Hateno wrapped around her finger already. My duty is to look after the village, and that's what I mean to do. Looking after the village, you say? Who do you suppose you have to thank for Hateno's rejuvenation? It didn't need rejuvenating. Hateno Village is a peaceful place where folks live quiet lives, and that's the way they like it. Do they? Then let us leave the matter to the people to decide. My avant-garde approach versus this mayor's quaint, bygone ways. The citizens will decide which outlook will drive the future of the village by holding a mayoral election. You're calling for a mayoral election? Sure. Suits me. I'll win that pretty easy. Sophie, I delegate management of the mayoral election to you. What? Come on, Clavia. I don't feel like sticking around here any longer. It's time we headed back home. Oh, Keo. You needing me to wrap up? Just miss attending gaming conventions. I've only been to a handful a couple of times, and I'll never forget the day I met two founders of Rooster Teeth. Also met Will Wheaton from Big Bang Theory. That's awesome. Took a photo of the creator from Dead Space. That was one of the best experiences I've had. That is really cool. In terms of gaming legends, I don't think I've really had a whole lot of exchange with anybody who's done a lot from gaming. I'm really kind of entering this foray of meeting fascinating people. Fashionable personnel only. But I want the stuff in there. She saddled me with so much work when she put me in charge of the mayoral election. Sir, I feel like I should apologize for dragging you into this mess I found myself in. But since we're both involved now, could you give me a little advice? Sure. I should have expected that. The thing I need your advice on is my sister. It's about Cece. Lately she's been sneaking off alone in the middle of the night. I don't think it's anything sinister, but the election is soon, and I don't want any last-minute surprises to hurt her chances. So I'd like you to tail my sister, find out where she's going and what she's up to, and get back to me. I've tried following her myself, but she spotted me right away. I really got an earful about it, too. If you succeed in finding out what she's doing, I can reward you, of course. You're the only one I can ask for help. I don't want any of the villagers finding out until I know what's going on. Help me out, please. Cece's secret. Oh, hey, there is a shrine up there, so why don't we go ahead and do that? Need me to wrap up soon. Okay. I will wrap up soon. Worry about that, man. Oh, you're the customer I saw at the Ventus Clothing, aren't you? You know, from where they were talking about whether to go through with the mayoral election or not, it's becoming something of a hassle. They're both so stubborn. I wish they'd clear the air between them and end this silly quarrel once and for all. That's a moot point now. I have something else on my mind. I have to take care of this before the mayoral election starts. Well, what's on your mind? Oh, you don't mind lending me an ear? I won't mince words. It's about my husband, Reed. That man of mine, he shuts himself up in our shed every night. I don't have the faintest what he's up to. When I ask, he just says, it's a secret, and I can't get another peep out of him. I hate the idea of snooping on him. Plus, I think he'd catch me at it right away. But I get so worried when I think about whether whatever he's doing will affect his chances in the election. I was fit to burst if I couldn't find someone to talk to about this. Good thing you came along. I'd like you to enter our shed at midday, when my husband isn't around, and see if you can figure out what he's doing. I'll pay you for your troubles, of course. The only problem I can see is that he keeps the place locked up tight. You'd never fit in through a window, but maybe you could dig a hole or something? Well, you'll figure it out. Yeah, I think we're going to... diggy hole, yes. Diggy hole, diggy hole. Yeah, so I'm sorry about the short stream today, guys. We'll probably just do this one shrine and then I'll wrap up for the evening. Hopefully we'll be able to play some more Tears of the Kingdom starting next week. I know that my latest announcement said that I should be getting an extension on Tuesdays. That is going to have to take place on another day. Kyo is going to be doing a craft night with my mother and my sister in the future, but where she's not feeling super great today, I'm still pressed for time. So yeah, we're gonna do this shrine and then we'll wrap this up. Cappytown, no worries. Like I said before, I enjoy the lurkers all the same. So I hope that this has been a solid amount of entertainment for you in the time that you've been lurking. Yeah, I totally welcome the idea of you know, doing any other projects that you've got going on, whatever you need to do. Absolutely, I'm all for it. Do we? Don't think that this actually goes this way. I'm trying to remember how we went about creating a scoop. Ooh. I guess it's prudent to find out which way this is going to rotate before we get anywhere. You go that way. Okay. Is that gonna be... Is it gonna work? Ooh. Well, I'm looking for this. Okay. I'm remembering what this is now. My bad. Alright, I see what's going on. We need to build a sort of box, I think. Needs to be able to catch some stuff on its way up and out. Okay. Perhaps now. Hopefully that'll work. There we go. Perfect. It looks like we only needed one of those, but it worked. All right, perfect. All right. So yeah, this was an incredibly short session, for which I apologize, but we're going to wrap up here so I can provide some assistance for Kyo, get dinner started, and everything else that needs to happen for the night. So, yeah, when we get starting back up on our normal Tuesday routines, we should be getting really into Tears of the Kingdom, making some good progress. We'll start taking down some of the extra dungeons and completing the side quests, everything that should be done. And I would like to remind you guys, maybe I didn't provide this information before, but in any case, stream on Friday is going to be moved to Saturday, provided that Kyo is okay with that. I'll have to run that past Kyo, but I'm pretty sure that we should be able to do some Spyro. Yeah, we should be able to finish Spyro 1, hopefully, on the Saturday session. So that is the hope, at the very least. So I hope to see you guys through the weekend while we... I'm working on it, babe. I'm trying to wrap up right now. So, yeah. So yeah, we'll be picking back up on the Tears of the Kingdom next Tuesday, and then hopefully some Spyro on the weekend. If you're feeling a little bit behind on what's going on with the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, I'm going to be working on trying to get all of my content uploaded to YouTube soon. Scorns is already on it. Yeah, my VODs for Tears of the Kingdom have not been posted there just yet. I still need to go through them and get those compiled. But all my other games have been uploaded to the YouTube. So if you have any other games that you were invested in, wanted to see how they ended, Knights of the Old Republic is posted there, and a lot of my other prior games are all on there as well. So, all right. Massive thank yous to everybody for showing up and hanging out today. Really appreciate the resubs from Kyo, Melar, and Iron. Thank you guys so very much. And for that hype train as well. Thank you to Kyo and Scorns for the bits, and thank you everybody who's come and hung out just to chat with us today, including my lurkers. Thank you to my lurkers for just hanging out and providing your support by promoting the channel just from a simple view. So that really helps out. I hope to be live again on Saturday with Spyro, and then we'll be picking up with some more Tears of the Kingdom next Tuesday. We are going to give a raid to the Code Wolf. They are currently playing some Overwatch 2, but I just really enjoy hanging out with the Code Wolf, so we're gonna go support his community while he plays some Overwatch. And yeah, I will catch you guys through the Discord server. So yeah, we'll continue to chat through the Discord server until our next stream. You guys know the deal. Stay safe, stay awesome. Continue to... Oh, actually, it looks like he's not accepting raids at this time. So we're going to go ahead and raid Man in the Hat instead, who's currently playing some Ace Attorney with Moon, by the look of it. So let's move that raid over to Man in the Hat. There we go. All right, perfect. So yeah, we'll pick up Zelda next weekend, or not next weekend, next week, next Tuesday. We'll pick up some Spyro over this weekend on Saturday. And until then, stay safe, stay awesome. Keep posting your food, keep posting your music, keep posting all the good stuff in the Discord, because I just love to know what's going on with you guys through the week. Yeah, that is my spiel. You guys know the drill. I'm Commander Sergeant, and I will chat with you guys on the next stream. And have a good weekend.